So, on that note, I'd like you all to give a huge warm welcome to Karen Harty, who happens to be the Vice President of Sales Enterprise of Profiles International. She has a huge array of experience. Why am I so funny tonight? Obviously, people think I am. Good. And I think it's best for her to share with you exactly where she comes from and what she brings to the table on behalf of Profiles International. Everyone, please welcome Karen Harty.
Thank you, Pauline. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I come from Portland, Oregon, not Waco, Texas. I want everybody to understand that. I've worked for Profiles for 4 years, and it's really been a very interesting journey. And I want to talk about the journey. And I was talking to a lot of people, trying to get to know some of you before I had to get up here, right? And my background is in HR. So 20, 25 years in the field of HR. And as I thought about what I want to share with you today, I realized that I have been on a journey, as has the whole function of HR. Probably there's no other function in an organization that has struggled and has hopefully changed and morphed as much as HR has in the last 20 to 25 years. So a little bit of perspective, 20 years ago or so, HR was relegated to typically furthest office away from power. Often in the bowels of the organization, right? Way down there. It was called personnel. And what did folks in personnel typically spend most of their time doing? Yeah, forms, compliance, vacation days, creating an employee manual this big, even bigger than the computer manuals were back then. Probably not adding significant value. Didn't know any better? That's what we did. And then about 10 years ago, there was sort of a movement underfoot. HR professionals were saying, wait, we can do more. We can add value. And then as I thought about this, you know what they wanted us to do? Something really simple. Change the culture. I mean, truly. Yeah, change the culture of the organization from this to that. But oh, by the way, the executive team wasn't really involved in it. They just wanted to change. So HR is very excited about that. I mean, here we get to do something more than, compliance. So we offer training on change, adapting to change, resisting change, learning how to accept change, whatever. Lots of initiatives, lots of programs. Didn't do much. We then sort of moved into what someone recently called model muddle, which I thought was a fascinating term. Lots of time spent on vision, mission, competency models, additional competency models. We're weighted down with all these models, right? And still really, honest to God, didn't affect much cultural change, right? And then in 2005, Fast Company came out with an article, Why I Hate HR. Anybody ever read that article? Yeah, created a huge storm. And the article basically said that HR was not strategic, had no business acumen, was adding no real value. And HR is sitting there going, gee whiz, we have all these programs. So then, what I think HR decided to do was, okay, maybe if we bring in systems, and our systems can talk to each other, maybe then we'll get this organizational change, all right? HRIS, ATS, LMS, all of these systems, right? I talk to HR leaders all the time, and most of them are now very disappointed in those systems. They didn't deliver what they said they were going to do. So I think This is a sad story. But I think that we have a window of opportunity right now in HR, like never before. And again, I've been in this industry a very long time. I've been a practitioner. I've been a provider of services. I've had my own sales training firm. So I've been around the block lots of times, all right? But there is a window of opportunity, I think in part because of the recession. I think that there is very little tolerance or patience now for functions that don't really add any value. And I want you to think about what you really want from your HR department. You probably don't want another program. You probably don't want another initiative. You probably want information about your people actually on demand. You want insightful intelligence. You want recommendations. And you want it now. And you don't really care how HR delivers the goods. You just want that information. So 4 years ago, let me go back. 6 years ago, I'd actually left the field. True story. I was discouraged. Very discouraged. I put in a whole career and honestly didn't see a lot of movement. And I work with some very top-notch consulting firms, HR consulting firms, training firms. And really, when I look back, I thought, gee, I'm not sure we really made the difference that we were supposed to have made, right? So I got out of the business for 2 years, and then some former colleagues had landed in Profiles International and recruited me fairly heavily, and I said, no. And then I took the assessment. And I was absolutely blown away at what it told me about myself. And I thought, this could really be of value to an organization. You could actually make smart talent decisions in terms of who you're hiring, who you're going to send to China, who you're going to send to LA. This actually would be helpful. So now, that's all I do. I have laser focus on our assessments, and I work with organizations, typically larger organizations, and help them really mine the data to make very smart talent decisions. So I'm optimistic. How many of you in the room are actually in HR? So a few of you, yeah. So I hope that you're in a position, where you can utilize some of these assessments to really help with those talent decisions that are so important.